From Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones doing the brewing. Centuries later, how did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here. Let's talk about woke beer. We're not talking about Bud Light and how all their numbers are down and how I went to a wedding this weekend that was 7.5 hours long and there was no Bud Light there. How I went to a bar afterwards and nobody was drinking Bud Light. The only time Bud Light has been mentioned at all this weekend for me, and trust me, I've been around beer a lot this weekend since I was involved in a wedding. I was a bridesmaid, believe it or not, is when people were mocking it. That's it. It's the only time it came up at all. Well, apparently, I don't understand this, Miller Lite wants in on this game as well because they don't seem to understand their audience either.
Here's a little known fact. Women were among the very first to brew beer ever.
By the way, I normally don't do this, but stop right here. And when they say that they don't get credit because women were involved as well in brewing beer in the early days, it doesn't make any sense. That means men were also brewing beer too. And who's talking about that? No one. The whole thing starts off stupid and it just goes downhill from there.
From Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones doing the brewing. Centuries later, how did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis. Wow. Look at this shit. Wild. It's time beer made it up to women. So today, Miller Lite is on a mission to clean up not just their shit, but the whole beer industry's shit. Miller Lite has been scouring the internet for all this shit and buying it back so that they can turn it into good shit for women brewers. Literally, good shit. How, you ask? Ladies, take it away.
First, we turn the bad shit into compost. Then we feed compost to worms. Push out beautiful fertilizer.
That good shit helps farmers grow quality hops,
which is then donated to women brewers to make their own really good shit.
But there's definitely more shit out there. In your attic, in the garage, in your parents' basement. Send any shit you got into Miller Lite and they'll turn that into good shit too. Oh, so here's to women, because without us, there would be no beer.
This is the worst kind of female empowerment that you can possibly have because it basically suggests that these women are helpless and they need the help of the big beer company and that they're going to make compost out of girly signs that used to go up in bars and liquor stores. Can you put that stuff into compost? I don't think that you can. None of this makes any sense. And they're giving them the hops. They're giving beer brewers hops. None of this makes any sense. It's just a way to say, hey, we're woke, we're woke, we're woke. And who is this for? Women beer drinkers? You know, I happen to have a wife. Her and her friends, not really into Miller Lite. Not into Bud Light either, believe it or not. You know what they're into? Wine. That's what most women are into. They're into wine, not this nonsense. And by the way, Miller Lite already went down this path where they tried to kind of be the beer of women. At least this attempt was better. Everyone involved at these beer companies should be fired. That's the simplest way to put this. Every single person involved in the making of these commercials should be fired. Someone in these companies has to stand up and say, enough of this dumb nonsense. Knock it off. You're a beer. Nobody expects you to have political opinions or opinions on anything, actually. We expect you to make a subpar product that is cheap that will get us drunk. That's all we're asking from you. Nothing else.